Hey guys, so I'm excited to give you guys this video. I think it's a pretty comprehensive Pokemon Center ETB market data analysis with a ton of like pricing data averages, just things that would take probably a while for most people to compute. It actually did take me a while to compute all this data, but it gives you a nice little overview of the market that you otherwise wouldn't have most of the time. It looks at like price per pack compared to booster box, price per pack accounting for promos. So let's just get started. Um, yeah, I started taking this data on the second, and so I got the PCTB prices on the second, and then I didn't get I realized that it's probably more worth it to put more effort into the Scarlet Violet ones, so I didn't do a price differential for the Sword and Shield ones, but I think it's still pretty useful to look at, and I have things highlighted where I do see interesting price per pack discrepancies. Okay, so a couple of things. When I do the price per pack, Sword and Shield, for those of you who don't know, it started from Chilling Reign, always Silver Tempest for Pokemon Center ETBs. Maybe Celebrations was before that. I'm not really sure. I don't fully remember, but around one of these two sets. Um, and you see what the pack difference is. Like you expect some premium for the Pokemon Center ETBs, but you see these like really high ones for Evolving Skies and Silver Tempest. So for this one over here, Evolving Skies $7 like um price per pack more than the booster box. A lot of it's because there's an Umbreon arts for Evolving Skies ETBs. Um, so this is like Evolving Skies has two arts. This is one of them. This one has Umbreon, Vaporeon, Sylveon, and Espeon. So you see, yeah, the pricing was from that day, but it's about the same. It's 345. So, but yeah, it's even though like the ETB pricing difference is only about like $50. It makes it so since there's only 10 packs in the ETB, it drives up the pack price by about $5. Um, and also when you do the difference, like if you had gone the other ETB with Espeon only, it's only a $2 difference extra price per pack. But when you do the Umbreon, it's a large premium for Umbreon, which isn't surprising. Literally, Umbreon is one of the most popular Pokemon. It has the most popular and most sought after Sword and Shield chase card. Um, so it makes sense, and that's sort of why they have this discrepancy. So like if you can get an Umbreon box, it's probably not the worst long term hold if you get a good deal on it because it just has so much more value than the booster box relatively. It just does really really well. Two strange outliers, and I have a guess for why this is happening was Silver Tempest and Krausier. And so Silver Tempest, actually I originally had this number closer to 200. So you see over here on TCG Player, it's actually 200. If I replace this 133 with 200, it's actually like $13 more price per pack than than the booster box. And like that even eclipses like Falling Skies by double. But I switched to 133 because this particular listing doesn't have that many sales, and so I just based it on eBay listings. Like these are sold listings. I just divide the case values for the for recent one, so you get about $132 an ETB, which seems about right when I look at these prices. It's about $130. Okay, Silver Tempest. I'm wondering if it's because it has a nice art, and this is the time when Pokemon started getting like a little less popular. It was around the time when Silver Tempest and Krausian came out that Pokemon was sort of like becoming more in a bear market. Um, that's where like the Pokemon hype was dying down, and so when those happens, like there'll be like supply shortages. Also, it was around that time that Pokemon realized that they printed too many Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance ETBs, and yeah, like you could get those until very recently. Like Astral Radiance was sold out like last month or something, and a Brilliant Stars sold out like a little before that, and they were like in the aftermarket, they were like those same prices as as Pokemon Center for years. If you held those, these are not like great investments. Um, during that period, like you were losing money basically because you can't get Pokemon Center ETBs for cheaper. So for Silver Tempest, like I'm wondering, like if I actually looked at videos, I could probably find it. But yeah, Silver Tempest is a really interesting one. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of supply. I see only 15 over here. Uh, Crown Zenith, I see like 55 over here. So it's just very low supply. Um, and yeah, so Silver Tempest is one of those weird outliers I wouldn't have known about. Um, but yeah, when I saw like TCG Player was selling it for like $200 at ATB, I was like, isn't that the same price as the booster box? So yeah, that's a huge sort of price difference. And then what else is doing well? Well, pretty much the really good sets are doing way better. Like Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, they're about like $4 more price per pack, so like they're doing better. Um, and then you have like lower ones like Brand Stars. Even Evolving Skies is only $2 more per pack, so that's why like it's nice to see this apples to apples comparison. Um, At the same time, like price per pack difference is only one thing. Like if you think the set's gonna go higher in general, then you're still making that much more money. Like Evolving Skies shot up a lot, so even if Evolving Skies is only $2 like more price per pack for the ETB, the fact that it was Evolving Skies, period, um, meant that like that it's multiples of that amount. So yeah, it's pretty insane. For Crown Zenith, as I said before, it was released around the same time. And yeah, this seems to be the normal price, $200 for ETB. The ETB for Crown Zenith is also like a different looking box. It actually looks a lot nicer. And so I think that's also part of the reason why Crown Zenith is doing so well. It's a great set. The card is a popular Pokemon. The box looks different. And so yeah, the price per pack is like $9 more, which is like the highest out of any Sword and Shield box. So like if you told me that Crown Zenith would have the best returns on, I think the ETB was actually a little more expensive, but it has like the greatest like price returns. Like I guess that's also like it'd be a little surprising, but I think it's also because Pokemon's been reprinting Crown Zenith so much, and we're just at the point where like Crown Zenith should probably be closer to like $10 or more a pack, and the ETBs, the PC ETBs are up there, but the normal packs just haven't caught up. And then there's a caveat for a celebrations number for anyone who's nitpicky about that. Celebrations has a mixed set of packs of celebrations and Sword and Shield packs. It's kind of hard to make it look nice in the data, so I just divided by the celebrations packs. But technically, there's Sword and Shield packs too, which should be accounted for. But celebrations is the main point of the video. Okay, getting down to the thing that people really want to look at, which is Scarlet and Violet. So here are the ETB prices, and I do have a difference for today. And so the things that changed in the last few days, um, Scarlet Violet base went up like $5. Obsidian went down about $12. This Walking Wake tin, this Walking Wake one for Tempora went up like $11, and 151 went up quite a bit the last couple of days, and Palladium Fates went down. Okay. I also want to go through these individual ones so you can see the pictures, but also see like the things I'm actually buying. Because one thing about PCTBs is that the price points sound great, but the price points are a little volatile because they're harder to sell. They're more collector items. So like, sure, some of these are selling like every day, but like a lot of times, like they're not booster boxes. People aren't opening these all the time, and so they're just a little harder to move usually. Okay, so when I look at the promo prices, you can see like some really expensive promos. Like over here, Obsidian Flames has a Charmander. I also want to look at the promo data later, but yeah, that's very very popular. 151 has a Snorlax, which is very popular. Prismatic has the Eevee. It's a more recent set, but yeah, that Eevee does look really nice. Paldea also has a Pikachu with some starters, which is over $100. And even the Scarlet base, like I didn't really notice that, but the singles are getting like 60 to like 70, around 70, $75. Everything else, let's see, you have like the 30s, you have a 40 over here. Surging Sparks has the Magneton by that famous artist Shinji or whatever. And then Paldean has a Mimikyu, which is like that. But this is sort of an overview of all the pricings, and you can see like which ones are really contributing to the value more. Okay, so when I do the price per pack adjustment, so ETB minus promo, so just do ETB price minus that, and I get these are the adjusted prices. Um, the paradox is a weird one. Um, Paradox has two promos because there's two box arts, but it's randomized. I think apparently that's at least according to what I've googled. So you can either get a Scream Tower or Iron Bundle, which are both valued differently. So the price is over here. So I just like put the average price for I use the average price for the difference, but they're so close that it's kind of okay. But yeah, Paradox is weird, so I didn't know any other way to make it look nice. Um, so you get price per pack over here, and then let's look at the booster box packs first. For the loose, oh, I didn't say this, but for specialty sets, I just took the loose pack price, which is probably isn't the best representation, but it was just easy. I didn't want to go through all the sets and like do all the math and everything. Maybe the normal ETBs would have been better. Um, but yeah, this is just like the loose pack price of just the single packs. Okay. So when I do this, I get these pack differences. So which ones kind of stand out the most? Well, I highlighted some of them. Um, 151, unsurprisingly, takes top place, $10 more price per pack. Even when you subtract the promo, the ETB, the packs are still valued more. Or having the ETB stuff is still valued more. And so that's kind of what I was kind of seeing. If you're a really good set, or if your promo is high, you still command a lot. Like Obsidian and Paldea, they're known to be popular sets. They have really good promos, but even when you subtract the promo price, it's still like a ridiculous price per pack difference. So like they're in the current market, they're very very valued. Um, so it's just like that's why like it kind of shows that like if you're the type of investor who likes to take the risk of like, well, if it's gonna keep going up, I should buy into it. Then these are kind of still like they still possibly have potential, or maybe the potential's been eating up because like they they're still valuable like either way. But I want to look at the actual price charts to see the supply and demand data. But you do see like yeah, the I know for a fact that Paldea Obsidian and 151 have very popular promo cards. What else? So yeah, the Miraidon and Coridon, since they're so much more expensive. Like again, even though I subtracted the promos, the price per pack of the packs is still higher at $4. Temporal Forces has this kind of weird outlier here. So I don't really know which one to believe, but that could be just a price fluctuation. And everything else, like what's more normal, like Paradox Rift isn't that much more valued price per pack right now. Um, Temporal Forces is a little more, depending on which way you look. It's at least $3. Twilight and Stellar are kind of iffy, and their promos are less valued. And then Surging Sparks has like Magneton, which is like a sort of weird art Pokemon. People didn't really love Magneton, but they like the art and the artist. Also, that helps. And then Paldean Fates has a Mimikyu, which looks kind of decent, because Mac has an E, which looks nice. So, like, what does this support? It supports that. I think it's because the demand for the boxes with better promos are just more desired, even accounting for pack price, because people want to invest in them because they think they'll do well because like they're selling well, and they maybe want to open the promos, and maybe that also makes the supply of the ETBs go down. But either way, from the data, it looks like that they do better even if you discount the promo prices, which I wouldn't have known if I didn't like look at all this data actually. So I'm glad I did this. Um, One very weird outlier. So I was actually going to post this video on the 5th, but you guys are getting this on the 6th, and here's why. It's because when I was getting this pack for price for Shrouded Fable, I saw this weird market manipulation over here for Shroud Fable, which sold 1,000 packs in a day. I was like, I need to make a video on this, and this sort of stuff is more suited for the day of sort of video. So this took up the last spot of the day. So yeah, you guys are getting this the next day on this particular video. But yeah, if you haven't seen already, this the video on Shroud Fable should have posted yesterday. Um, so check that out if you want to see some fun market manipulation. Um, Okay, so I want to just go over like the data that can't be tracked in the Excel sheets as well. I just want to go over popularity because yeah, the conclusion from this is like all these forces are making these highly sought promos ETBs go up even more. Um, and it's the kind of thing where popularity just feeds on more popularity. Like people want to open like when it comes to opening, like people want to open like Prismatic or 151 or like they want to open a hot set. They don't want to open the other sets as much. For grading plays or promos, they want the really popular ones. They don't want the less popular ones as much. So it's just sort of supported by the data based on the price per pack differences. Okay, so starting with Scarlet Vibe base, not much activity here. I could pull out the eBay ones, but again, there's only so much I can do for work. Um, so I'm trying to limit the scope of the video, but there's not a ton of activity here, and there's more activity for the Koraidon box for here. Okay, next Paldea. Paldea, you see how just there's more sales in general. Um, Even though it's not like one a day, it's still like more concentrated than like Scarlet Vibe base. But yeah, this is a sort of like demonstration of even if you have a bunch of Paldea Evolve ETBs and they're worth a lot, it might not be hard to sell. So I know there's only like 31 available. These things are scarce. Well, there's 22. Yeah, apparently no one really lists these. And that's also kind of a sign like either they're not very available or people they don't want to sell them. These ETBs are very popular right now. Um, City in Flames. Yeah, City in Flames. I think that's a little more frequent. Like it looks like it's more daily than Paldea. Goes up to 6, and yeah, the chart goes up to 28. So these graphs, like there's more of City. So a lot of City is being bought. So if I look at the table again, um, Paldea versus Obsidian, like Paldea still worth more price per pack. Obsidian is very hot right now, so that's also a factor. So I think that there's a little bit more people buying Obsidian recently. So and Paradox has a decent amount of consistency actually for Roaring Moon. There's not that much because these graphs only go up to like 5. But yeah, there's like one a day. Yeah, this is the same sort of thing. Like it only goes up to 5, it's tops, but usually it's more like one a day. So yeah, Obsidian is the clear winner for something more a little more liquid. Although recently it's been selling less. I think it's sort of just these outliers. Actually, I take that back with Obsidian. Like if you take away these two outliers, the graphs will be a lot shorter, and the highest amount is usually about 3 a day. So it actually fits a typical mold. And then for Paldea, Paldea also fits that mold of like it's not selling that many per day either. So all these sets like don't bank too much on them selling a lot, at least based on TCG data. This is temporal, so yeah, there's some spikes, and but after that, it is usually just like it is actually a couple of days. So temporal is actually doing kind of decent. Um, oh, wait, this is like 3 months. Never mind. Um, yeah, it's very sporadic for temporal, and then for walking wake, yeah, more sporadic. So yeah, just not a lot of sales on TCG player. So I might have to do an eBay one. Yeah, this was some possible manipulation I saw like about a month ago. Yeah, I think I made a video on this. There's this huge spike of 61, and today like not a lot of temporal being sold. But yeah, you do see the sporadic thing, and there's a lot more on the market. For temporal, there's like 12. Yeah, I feel like all these have very low quantities. Like Twilight is actually quite high at 137 on the market. So yeah, I think there's a bunch of Twilight on the market. That might be part of the Twilight booster boxes have been kind of stagnant for a last while. This might be part of the reason why, like Twilight's a newer sets, um, and the promos are not good, but like there's a lot more on the market. So people who buy the booster boxes probably have some idea of the PCTPs, or just there's some amount of like connection. Stellar Crown, yeah, there's only 37. Yeah, Twilight's like abnormally high, but yeah, there's not that many sales. And Surging Sparks, yeah, Surging Sparks is one of the ones that is selling. Wait, actually, no, it's selling more. You definitely see more Surging Sparks sold, but it is closer to release day, so this is kind of like an age thing. So yeah, the longer things age out, like the less they're kind of sold. But yeah, you do see like 3 to 7 a day, so it's way more consistent. And there was a recent price decrease for Cornerless. How many were on the market? Like 120, 151. That's really expensive. Like there's even one more 151 ETBs than other things, and it's selling like um, not selling every day, but yeah, there's some sales. With these low quantities, maybe these are high numbers. I'm not really sure. Paldean Fates. There's more spikes. Seems like and Paldean Fates has been kind of hyped lately. But yeah, four. There's a lot of like 3 to 4. That's relatively high. It's not every day, but it's a lot higher than other boxes. Shroud Fable. There's been more demand recently because people think it's gonna sell out, and there's been a recent price rise. Still, there's only so many sold a day. Prismatic. Um, Prismatic is just like since it's so new, the numbers are higher. That's part of the reason why. And also like it's a pretty popular set. And okay, now I'll go over the singles. Sometimes sometimes the singles might be easier to track, but for this, not that many souls. I also took the near mint copies pricing. Some of these the near mint wasn't the first one, and so I just had to scroll down. This is Coridon. So this is the popular Paldea art Pikachu. It says heavily played. So yeah, I'd scroll down. Near mint is actually like $100. It's insane. You could get those ETBs for like $60 before. This Charmander from Obsidian Flames ETB. Yeah, this was very popular, and they were like smart because they put the other two on in Stellar Crown. But yeah, I should probably get more data on this for eBay. Um, but yeah, near mint's listed at like 141. But yeah, this is showing me how much I need to look at eBay pricing more. This is for these two are for Paradox, Screamtail, and Iron Bundle. So nothing too crazy in terms of sales. There was a big buyout of Iron Bundle on the 29th. There's definitely opportunities to like get a lot of these cards. Iron Thorns and yeah, like this one's a weird one. It wasn't even showing in the main page, but yeah, this is for temporal. It's not even a picture. Iron Thorns Pokemon Center stamp. I don't know why. It seems like it's hard to search for Iron Thorns, but this is what the card looks like. Okay. Oh, I should wrap this up soon. So Iron Thorns, Ogerpon. This is for Twilight. Yeah, people didn't like this one as much. Yeah, there's not a lot of sales. Oh no, I closed the Noctowl. Noctowl. So Noctowl, I thought that this art looked kind of nice, Stellar Crown. So I think that helps with the pricing. But yeah, you see some sporadic. There are some more heavy sales every now and then. Um, this magneton that's by that famous artist. It's also Surging Sparks, but I guess there's not enough sales data to even show the graphs, or it's just not loading. Actually, I feel like it's just not loading. Yeah, it might be too new of a card, but if I look at it from this perspective, no, people are buying it, like not too infrequently. And then the Snorlax from 151, and not that many sales on TCG Player. Yeah, I need to do an eBay revamp on this, but people are buying. I feel like this isn't showing all of these sales. Did TCG Player break or something? Yeah, it's not showing all these sales. This is misleading. There's 25 in the queue. This is Rapaldi and Fates. Not the best art, not the worst art. Like it's kind of one of the mid arts. It's pretty nice. I call it mid, but it's just compared to the really good ones. Shrouded, Fable, Perchance. This is damage price, but your mid's actually about $20. So I tell people like Shrouded, Fable, Pokemon CP is really cheap in that sense. If you can sell the promo for $20, and the Prismatic Eevee still selling. All right, so yeah, I think I should probably cut it. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to make any adjustments or make this sort of video again, yeah, I think eBay pricing for some of these things would be better. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.